Mic's on also.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
We'll begin with reports of the borough officers. Do we have anything from the financial advisor?
Shall I have a report prepared, ready for the council?
How about the police chief?
We'll have a report ready for council, but Councilman Swan had asked me to look into an issue in his ward with some noise. I don't know, I never heard back from you. Was it rectified or have you heard?
I haven't heard that it wasn't, so that means it was.
That's good.
So let me know, which is cool. Yeah, she
Yep.
appreciates it.
All right. I just wanted to make sure it was taken care of.
Yeah.
Any other questions for the chief? Fire chief.
You'll have my written report that you got.
Anything from the engineer?
JP's ill, like everybody else, it seems to be getting stuff. He'll have his full report. I have some stuff on the mind that we went over today.
Solicitor's report.
I don't have any action items as of yet to present to council, and I'm sure Mr. McCosy will have the various things that we've been talking about or working on.
Code enforcement and community development.
All of my written report at the council meeting. Thank you.
Manager's report.
Okay. So we have a small project we did at KPM on the police side and storage room for the facility. What wasn't added, they never had a interview room. So we took some of the storage closet and converted it over. That should be up and running probably
So within the next week or so.
next week or so. So council will see that. Also, we're going to talk to John in the solicitor's office and council to give a presentation on a KPM. As everyone knows, Keystone Purchasing Management is a program that we did this room with, where the state approves that contractor. We want to look at that potentially for, JP and I have been working on some planning on taking the house down on the corner. Under that will be a storm detention pond. On top of that will be a parking lot. And then that will be the impetus to start the project with the $4 million Springfield Road project. So as it stands now, I think they're real close. John, if you'd agree on the highway occupancy for the highway.
I talked to Upper Darby's attorney last week to see what the status was, and I mean, they expect that they're close. I think that probably the biggest thing is they were trying to get the consents from some of those property owners on Oak. Haven't heard from them. PennDOT can give them a call to waiver. It's not really a waiver. It's, we recognize you tried, but then they also have to get those easements for the light poles on the corner there. But again, he indicated that he thought that PennDOT would give the HOP before all that was, eyes dotted and T's crossed. So other than that, though, they're ready to go.
Yeah, so we have a 95%, 98% set of plans for the road and the work that's going to be done. JP's intent is to take those, use their data that's already driven for heights and inlets and everything, and then move it to the west side, which will be our side and our money going into to take new curb, sidewalks, streetlights, all the way up to the Upper Darby line. So there'll be all new curbing, all new sidewalks. They, in their plan, have inlets that come across as part of PennDOT made them. So the water comes down and the inlets, there's no inlets there now. So now it comes across. As they come across, we'll pick up their heights on their curbs, handicap access on each corner, crosswalks, all the way, like I said, all the way up in front of the Morella stores, Seminaries, all the way up to Westbrook Market. That money will be used on our side of the highway. So we're utilizing some of the match. There's some, back and forth between school district and us about how that all works out. But everyone's involved in that project to make sure that, it's a really nice project for how the borough would look when it's all completed. That is a presentation. I just want council. It's been a while. Some of the council wasn't here when we presented that for this project. We'll have them come in. They have a whole program. They explain it to us. It's a good project because it gets JP likes it as well because you're dealing with the people that come in from the beginning, you interview them and all that. So it's still a bidding, but it's a little separate type of a project that PennDOT does accept. The next one is the 30,000. I'm sorry, yes, 80, 50, the $50,000 project that we added another 50,000 rather, the Glenwood Avenue, the park that came in through Senator Kearney's office, and there's another 30,000 for accreditation that was approved last week for the chief to finalize his accreditation for. You want to explain what that means, Chief?
The accreditation process is, we have an accreditation manager that we go with. They have revamped probably 80% of our policy and procedure, especially our high priority ones, evidence handling, use of force, things like that. They then manage that through the Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police. As updates come up, they make sure that we are kept up with the updates and kept in line. And how that benefits us is it will be a cost benefit on our liability insurance. It also is a benefit for transparency through the DA's office in the courts when a department is accredited. So overall, it's a high bar to meet, and we are almost at that point where we'll be accredited. So it's a costly issue. That's why the senator was able to help us out with it.
Important project. So the next up would be the ARPA. ARPA is closed out. We're all finished all our projects. We finalized what our programs are. We'll be probably subject to an audit sometime in July. That's all the money that came in, the $750,000. The next up is T-Mobile has a $50,000 grant that we'll be applying for next week for the top of Glenwood Avenue. This is park benches, small playground equipment for children, community type park events. Can't be used for the lower end, but it can be used for the top part. We'll apply for that. We have a good backup. I think we'll be successful with that. The corner lot here, I talked to the president, council, and the mayor. There will be in the plan itself, once this guy gets done, is a gazebo with a walk path, and then there's a wall, probably a 60-foot wall, curved wall, that will have 3 plaques attached to it. Would be community, sports, and police and fire. Over the years, whether deceased or they're active in the community, it'll be a once-a-year thing where the mayor and the president need to establish a committee. We're getting some samples for other communities that do it. Marple does it, Upper Chi does it, Springfield does it. And you pick a committee, and then there's different people from different groups of those that are included. And then they bring names to the wall. It doesn't have to be 1, it could be 5, it could be 3. But that wall will be established, and then it'll have plaques put on it so that you just take the plaque off, send it to the Kelly's Trophies or whatever, and you put the names on each year, and you have a ceremony every year recognizing the people who have given to the community in some way or another. So see that going on. And the final one, Susan, we talked about, you wanted to have John, I guess, explain or talk about the planning committee, about the stuff we've been working on with ordinances thing. I don't know if you want to do it out of yours or do it now.
Yeah, so back when we updated the ordinances with the gaming, John was going to look at the ordinances for the smoke shops, and he has some stuff prepared to call a planning committee meeting to review potential ordinances for expanding smoke shop regulation.
Mm-hmm. So, it would vary the zoning, and those types of ordinances first get reviewed by the borough's planning commission, and then the county planning commission, and ultimately comes to council for your consideration. So that would be the logical first step. And I think we also, I think, Madam President, you had indicated you'd like the planning commission just to become more involved in the formation, potential ideas regarding ordinances, and that's. We don't have a whole lot of land development other than the school. That's a big one, but other than that, there's not a lot of projects going on. So it gives them the time and the opportunity to, concentrate on those types of things. Do that planning.
No, and there was a handful of items that the community had expressed interest in that we needed to revisit some of our ordinances on.
Do we know when the planning commission should be meeting on this?
Yes. It's the, me and John, whatever, you're clear for that meeting, I believe, John?
Yes, and I forget what date it was now.
Yeah,
We talked- we
when
talked about a date.
you had a Middletown meeting that night, but you were going to make it at 7:30.
Yeah, yes.
It's his third Wednesday.
Here, we got a
third
calendar right
Wednesday. Is the calendar? Yeah, I thought it was. It is the 26th of February, here at 7 o'clock, 6:30, I think it says. Or 7 PM. 7 PM here. John, I had asked John, because some people don't understand the planning function, to come in and just give a brief about that and then get into the ordinances that you guys have been talking about. So it's February 26th. And Suzanne, I also need, we have to have swearing in that night as a new member.
Yeah, for Michelle Reed.
That's all I have this evening.
Any questions for the borough manager? Okay, we'll move on to council reports. Mr. Swan?
All we have is kind of already covered it. Thanks, Chief Rockenbach, for following up on that. Trust me, it makes everything easier for me too. That's all.
Mr. Resnick?
Nothing to report?
Mr. Fagioli?
Yeah, just a little bit sad news. We got 6 more weeks of winter. All right, that little creature told us.
I took my coat off there. It's nice.
Mr. Cannon?
Go Birds.
Okay, Ms. Borelli? I don't have anything to add to what we discussed already. Mr. Gorman?
I have nothing.
Mr. Mayor?
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Just a couple things, a couple of reminders. President's Day is Monday, the 17th. The borough offices are closed. This is a little far out. Daylight saving time is Sunday, March the 9th. And then just something on a personal note, I had an incident Friday, just a little fender bender, but one of our police officers was super professional. Josh is his first name. Excellent job that he did. He treated me like a resident, which, I was hoping he would. And just a compliment to the police department and what a great job they do. You don't realize what kind of police force you have until you actually need them, right? So Friday night I needed them, and he really he did a great job for me, and just super happy that he was there. That's it for me. Thank you.
All right.
And go Birds. We need this one.
Is there anything else anyone needs to bring? Okay. Then we're adjourned.